Okay, I think we're live. Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and welcome to the New Year stream. We're gonna do this time zone and the next one. Just got off of work. But this one's gonna be going out to our friends and neighbors in Praia, Cape Verde. Population, fair amount, 159,000, so, it's bigger than my hometown. Out in the Republic of Cabo Verde. I hope, so hold on, I need a port, because I wasn't cheering this morning with alcohol, because I was going to have to go home and drive, or go to work and drive. Oh gosh, let work not become my home in 2020. Actually, yes, I do want to work from home. Never mind. Alright, so we're going to be having some Glenlivet 12, boys and girls, to start the night. Then we're going to hang out for an hour, maybe a little more. But cheers, here's the ASMR port. And we've got Kirby here, which is awesome. You're saying New Year's is actually like 4 hours for me. Are you? I forget. Are you also American? Because we got so many time zones. Meow, 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 meow. But hello everybody. Hello Sopwith Camel 21. Happy New Year. Wanted to spend a little bit of it with you all, just like I did last year. No George Wallace this year, it would appear, unfortunately. But, we'll head back to the United States next year. Maybe do some Bobby Kennedy. Maybe do some Lyndon Johnson, since I've heard no complaints about any bugs. Everything seems to have been going really smoothly. I think they fixed all the bugs probably like almost a year ago. So yeah, little LBJ. Could read from Robert Caro. Y'all love that. Connor Wilson posting from the future of 2022. Okay. So, all right. 1 minute to go. Quick little toast. I've got some activities planned for the next hour, but I just want to say thank you everybody. By the way, you guys are like 10 seconds behind me, so don't get mad at me too much about being slightly off. I just want to say thank you very much to all my subscribers, the people who watch my channel, the people who donate through Patreon, who like my videos, who subscribe, who tell their friends, who share me around the internet. It's really appreciated. I want to make this more, ideally I want this, by this time next year, we're going to try to make this a full-time job. This is going to, entertaining you all. But it's a team effort. I put out content and you guys like it and enjoy it. So that's your part. Really, that's not a team effort at all. It's me trying to be entertaining. But let's go ahead and do the countdown now. Happy New Year. I got my Glenlivet. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Cheers! Happy New Year, everybody. Things yeah, so as Alec just said, yeah, a kind of a little bit sad thing. Betty White did pass away today, the Golden Girl. Last living one, I think. But it was kind of a darkly funny thing that happened today. I was out delivering and I was delivering People magazine, and it was they were on the front page on the cover of the magazine was Betty White saying she's turning 100. I guess not. She defeated the Balrog and will come back as Betty the Black. But yeah, I don't think she had actually turned 100 yet. Because her birthday wasn't until January. She had a hell of a run. Real nice woman, good comedy timing. You know, that was the thing with her, like, for my generation. I know that, you know, she did, like, serious work over the decades, but, you know, in my, like, she was in Mary Tyler Moore and all that, but for my generation, she was a comedy icon. Hello there, blowers. Alex, Franz, Connor, Luis David de Santa. Okay, cut the music. So, who's up next? No, wait, who's on first? What's on second? So next up, we're gonna be celebrating the King Edward Point Christmas. Christmas. I say New Year. You know. So we'll be moving away from Africa a bit. From a pretty fairly sized island to King Point, which has a population of like a dozen people. But, you know, we shout out the fans there. I'm actually gonna pull it up here where King Point where it is. It's in the South Georgia Islands. Oh, check. South Georgia Islands. Give me a second here. Let's see. Start showing it on map. It's off of South Africa. Yeah, I do live in a part of town. Yeah. So you're correct. You know, that's the 12 days of Christmas. A lot of people like kind of celebrate until Three Kings Day on January 6th. Let's see here. Oh, you're gonna watch Subaru. Oh, Subaru's doing a stream right now. I know, right? Why do I do these streams in the era of HoloLive? Nobody's gonna want to watch me. But you know, I put it out there. Oh, hey, I just clicked over to her thing and nobody's even there. Oh, I guess the stream just started. Well, understandable. Oh, she looks great in her yukata. I'm actually gonna wear my own tonight. Let's see. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So here's the map of where we're celebrating next. Right here in this area. This is gonna be the next time zone we're hitting. So yeah. To all our research pals in Edward Point, see you in about 50 minutes. But we're gonna throw on some non-copyrighted music now, and I thought we could do some New Year's stuff. Let's see if we get some Christmas jazz going here. Here we go. All right. There we go. Okay. We're gonna also set an alarm. Let's set it for like 40 minutes or 43 minutes. Okay. So what I thought would be a fun thing to do. I don't think I told anybody that I had done this. But I kind of did a thing. I honestly didn't do a very good thing. I didn't I didn't tell anybody I was gonna do this, but I decided to write a letter to myself last year. And I thought it would be fun to read it on you know, the stream. But you know, I didn't like put a whole lot into it. Like it's not as long as I'm looking at it now. It's like looks like it's like I did one full paragraph and the rest is kind of short. But yeah, I just thought it would be fun to maybe go through this together. Have I heard of the first and second Mexican empires? Of course, of course. But yeah, so this is a letter I wrote myself last year. I'm actually gonna, let's blow it up big time. Okay, that might be a little bit too big. It's now 6 pages long. But I wanted to make it easier for you all to read. Okay, so letter to, hey Porky, already in 2022. Good to see y'all. Hope everybody's having a safe and fun new year. Remember, fun first, but safety always. To paraphrase something my old Command Sergeant Major used to say. So this is a letter that I wrote to myself, and so I thought we would read this together and kind of go through it, and then maybe we can come up with some resolutions afterwards. Maybe like New Year's resolutions. So like New Year's resolutions made live on stream going into 2022. So anyway, let's read this together. So Dear Conquering History Game. Oh yeah, it's future Conquering, because I wrote this last year. Well, you know what I mean. Dear future Conquering History Games, I hope this letter is finding you well. Let's talk games for a bit. How many games did you beat this year? How many campaigns did you complete? I know actually finishing them can be difficult, especially with mods that can actually bug out. But okay, so let's start there. How many games did I beat this year? I don't know. Like, let me kind of look at my. I guess I'll have to pull up my own playlist here. I know that I did a lot of Mario. You know, like I did the Mario quadrilogy. So I did Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. I did Super Mario Galaxy, which was very fun. People had always told me like, oh, you'd love Super Mario Galaxy. It's right up your alley, and it was very, very fun. And then I played through Super Mario Odyssey, which is actually my 3rd time ever doing that. That's one of my favorite games ever. So let's see. I'm kind of going through. I'm trying to look at my created playlists here. So I did those. I played some Thousand Week Reich for the first time. Let's see. I didn't finish We the Revolution, but I did start it. Let's see. What else have we got here? I'm trying to look for new games that I played. Modest Hero. That was a very interesting one. Mao's Legacy. I think I started playing for the first time this year. You played yeah, I did Nier Automata. Yeah, that's correct, because the first time I played Nier Automata, basically I think I had like started playing that in 2019, and then a school semester had started, and then I got busy with that. But yeah, it's good evening, Alec and Tenebraification, Purple Phoenix, Luis David the Santa, Dodo 101. Great to see you all. Great to see everybody here. Good evening. Good evening. So what else did I beat this year? Played Sayonara Wild Hearts a few times. Here. Old Lang Syne keeps popping up. Hi there, Kershaw. So yeah, I guess there wasn't that many new games that I beat, that I'm aware of, but I was, playing through a lot of the stuff I already did. So how many campaigns did I complete? Well, for that, let's see here. I did I'm now looking at my library in the other monitor, trying to see what I did. Let's see. Omsk I finished. Cristeros. It's gotta be dozens. We did a pretty good job. Things got rough these last couple months because of just the workload I had out here in the real world. We'll try. I know that I had a really crazy year at one point, or month at one point. I think I did I finished 11 campaigns in a month. That might have been in March or April, where I was just putting out an insane pace. Even I couldn't believe it. That's right, I did LA Noire. That was a lot of fun. Also, Yes, Your Grace. That was the game where you kind of roleplay as the king and you got the 3 daughters and stuff. The Stop the French Revolution game after your son was found hanging by the lamppost. Yeah, I think I finished Act 1. And yeah, we're going to go back to that next year. Don't y'all worry. I'm going to try to find some time tomorrow to do basically plans for the new year stream. But we'll maybe do that also a little bit in the resolutions after we read this letter. So, what books did you read this year? Ooh, a lot of books, as always. The first thing that comes to mind, though, even though I didn't finish it before the end of the year like I wanted again because work just got so crazy, but I feel like I've been reading War and Peace for the first time, because I had read it back in high school, not for school. I just read it on my own, but it turns out I read an abridged version. And now it's many years later. I'm older. More life experiences happened to me, and going through War and Peace, and it's incredible. It's incredible. So much that there's so many scenes that I think, yeah, I probably remember reading this in the abridged version, but I just didn't give a fuck. You appreciate the peace side a lot more, but also even the war side. Like when I first read War and Peace, I hadn't enlisted yet. I was a teenager. I was a minor when I read War and Peace. Incredible book. What else did I read this year? A lot of stuff. Another one of my books. What were some other interesting books I did this year? And you guys can answer these questions too. Like, what books did you read this year? Anything interesting? Let's see. Poppy War was pretty interesting fantasy. That's like 20th century China, but in fantasy realm, and Mao Zedong is a teenage girl instead of a boy. Probably the book Revolutionary Men on Horseback that a friend gave me, and he's not even like a history-minded guy. He just found it in a bookstore, and he's like, I guess he just asked, hey, I'm looking for a history book for my friend, and he got recommended that, and it was incredible, absolutely incredible. I've been going back through Hamilton by Chernow. Chernow's just the master with biographies. He's so fucking good. Would have to review my list. You know what? That's something I want to do this year. Tenebraification is I want to actually keep a list. I guess that's why people have Goodreads accounts. Monitor themselves to keep track of what they do, what they read over the course of the year. Because, yeah, I read so much. Especially next year we're going to go back to school. That there's gonna be assigned reading, but also in my personal life. God, I was thinking about it in the last couple of weeks. I haven't sat down and watched TV, or watched an anime in ages. I don't think I've seen an anime, much as it's on my channel, since I did ReZero, and I think that was in the summer. So it's been a while. My TV is just collecting dust. Let's see here, but let's go on. So a lot of cool books, a lot of good fantasy. I guess I should divide it into fantasy. Poppy War stood out. For sci-fi, I don't think I really read much sci-fi this year. Yeah, I reread Dune. I read Dune like every year. I just slam through it so fast. Um, like I think if you have you guys ever seen the footage of the world's fastest reader, where he's like flipping through the pages, but he's like reading them and like he can recite to you what was in them, but it just looks like he's turning pages as fast as he can. So like that's almost what I look like when I read Dune, because I just know it inside and out. Because I've read it like at least once a year since I was a teenager. It's one of my favorites. But let's see. So like in terms of a history book, what was my favorite history book this year? It might be that Revolutionary Men on Horseback one. Caesar. Caesar, do you want to say hi to everybody? Meow, Caesar. Meow. Caesar's not much of a meower. You saw Ghost Stories? Ghost Stories is hilarious, yeah. The legendary dub. And you know, they say you couldn't make dubs like that anymore. To those people I say, check out the Love is War dub. It's hilarious. They're just breaking the fourth wall all day. So yeah, favorite biography. You see, the thing is, I often reread books. Been going through Hamilton again. That's been pretty amazing. But my biography of the year that I hadn't read before... Might be Washington by Chernow. I hadn't read it before. So let's see. Try to think of like fiction books. Yeah, I don't really read fiction books too much. I usually read like even nonfiction. Like yeah, for me, I read classics. You know. Yeah. Favorite history book of 2021 was The Jewish War by Josephus. It's incredible. I think the first time I learned about Josephus and the Jewish War when I was reading, funnily enough, the cartoon History of the Universe, where he draws on that as a source pretty frequently. And like, yeah, it's an amazing primary source. First time I actually read the Jewish War by Josephus was many years ago. I was an undergrad. And I got access. I wanted to go to the library to read it, so I looked it up, and they had a copy, but it was in the restricted section. So I had to go to this section of the library where you have to like sign in and stuff, and you have to say what you're there for. And then they gave me the copy they had. The copy was from like the 1800s. It was a very old edition. That's why it was in the restricted section. It was a little difficult to say. It's like, just here for pleasure reading. Anyway, let's move on. Did you decide to plunge into the Cosmere, or are you doing other things? So this is like a thing. I have two friends who are really into the Cosmere. For those of you, it's basically the expanded universe of Brandon Sanderson. Brandon Sanderson is an extremely prolific science fiction and fantasy author. Besides books I read for college this year, read very little this year, I need to get back to reading again. Yeah, do it, Connor. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. There's, I think it was, what was the name of the band? Their song was Bird Plane, but they said, they have this song that they put out when the Game of Thrones TV show was first coming out, and it's just them raging about like how people don't understand because they never read the books. They're like, I read the fucking books, and it's like this. It's like heavy rock, just. I read the fucking books twice, and his name is Jeffrey. His name's Joffrey, not Jeffrey. And then there's a part where it speeds up towards the end of the song, and he's just going, Hollywood cannot live up to the power of imagination. Hollywood cannot live up to the power of imagination. You know, he's just talking about reading books. So anyway, so the Cosmere is like the Brandon Sanderson extended universe, because he has like multiple series that he does. So there's like the Mistborn series, the Stormlight Archive series, which is the one I'm the most familiar with, and just all sorts of different things. So I've been wanting to get into the Cosmere, and And yeah, I got distracted by Poppy War, but this might be something else next year. Oh god, oh god. Past me is calling me the fuck out. How was the Fate Stay Night visual novel? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna pull up a picture here. So Fate Stay Night was this visual novel that got turned into a series of animes that were very popular, very critically acclaimed. I'm gonna just show you, like, I'm just gonna pull up, like, yeah, Fate Stay Night characters. I'm sure there's like a poster. Yeah, it's this. So the Fate series, there's like a million animes of this. So I wanted to get into the series because people always told me, like, it's very critically acclaimed, but also it's like, well, you're somebody who watches anime and, like, you're into history, so you'd probably find this particularly interesting because they're characters who are it's all these historical characters and they get in a battle royale. And I kept looking for videos explanations online saying, okay, which anime am I supposed to watch? And there was I was getting a lot of conflicting info. I would ask friends who had watched it, and they were giving me conflicting information. And it just basically seemed to me that, like, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to read the fucking novel. Because it's like, that's the undisputed start of the series. And I found this video. Actually, let me try to find it. Because, like, it's this YouTuber. I think her name is Redbard. But a lot of her videos have gone away. I don't know if she got copyright strike or what, but... she had a really, really great... Oh, yeah, here we go. I found it. Yeah, I'm actually going to link it for you all here if anybody's interesting. So, I basically decided to just read the visual novel. And, like, people were like, well, I want to do something besides to read the visual novel. Because the visual novel is freaking enormous. It is, It's like... This woman, she had a different video... where she explained the word count on the visual novel. And I think the stat that I remember was it would be like if you read the entire works of Shakespeare except for Hamlet. And admittedly, Hamlet is very long. It's it's like full productions of... If you ever go see an unabridged version of Hamlet, you need to set aside 5 hours. I'm not joking at all. So... Like, let me put it this way. Any production of Hamlet you've ever seen in your life, I guarantee, was abridged. Like, there's just too much. Yeah, but anyway, so it's extremely, extremely long. And so I started reading it, and so I guess my past self is saying, like, hey, did you finally finish it? Which I didn't. I've done 2/3 of it. So I haven't done the Heaven's Feel, but it is a great... It's great. It's extremely entertaining. It's very fun. It's got a little bit of everything. It's truly an epic. So, but yeah, the 2/3 that I've had read have been very, very good. Hamlet could be make for a good miniseries. Yeah, there's points I think where you can cut. Like, well, hell, there's a time skip. You know, because, like, it's kind of like almost the joke of Hamlet. There's a part in Hamlet, for those of you who don't know, there's a part where he gets literally kidnapped by pirates and then gets out, and you never see that on screen. And it's like, he had a whole other life going on over there. But Hamlet's also an incredibly complex character and such, so that's another reason why you typically have to abridge it, so you can sort of focus in on certain things. Anyway, did you finish Heaven's Feel? No, I didn't. I swear if anybody spoils Heaven's Feel. Yeah, there's a 2 or 3 part movie of Heaven's Feel. Yeah, and I'm gonna watch this stuff. Like, once I'm finally done, I'm gonna watch them. Especially I have a friend who's like, when you're done with all the visual novels, I want to do a Fate Zero rewatch. So, did you finish Heaven's Feel? Oh, looks like I beat myself to the punch. Was it more worth it to read that or Shakespeare's almost complete works? You just do both. That's what you do. You just do both. What was your favorite anime you watched this year? I thought I had more gaming questions in here. My favorite anime of the year, it might have been ReZero. Wait, was it this year that I did my complete studio trigger watch? I'm trying to remember. Because I did a thing where I watched every single studio. No, that was last year. That was last year because I wanted to do it before their new anime dropped. Their like 10-year anniversary one. And then I found out they were only showing it on Funimation, and I fucking hate that streaming service, so didn't want to do it. What are they up to these days? They did Diane. They're working on a movie, yeah, where they're gonna merge the SSSS universes, it would appear. Oh, that's right. And next year they're gonna do like a series of episodes based on Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, they got the contract to do that. That's gonna be on Netflix. They're gonna do 10 episodes. Should be interesting. They very rarely do adaptations. Almost all their stuff is original. So yeah, I did that last year. So I'd probably say ReZero was my anime of the year, off the top of my head. Yeah, especially once that season 2. See, well, because season 2 is what I watched this year. Like I picked up this year. I remember, yeah, it was like in the summer. I was like halfway through season 1, and I picked it back up. Very, very good. Which is really saying something for me because I don't like isekais. I kind of tend to hate the genre. But it probably was ReZero. The problem with ReZero, though, is that it is, it's... How do I say this? It's like, I kind of feel like a lot of the character arcs are already finished. Right? I sort of feel like, well, there's nowhere else for them to develop because they're great. They finished developing. Now, there's still plot. There's still lots of plot that needs to happen. I could totally imagine that show going like 8 seasons or something, or maybe more. It's my understanding that the novel series that it's based on is not actually done yet. But in terms of character development, I don't know where it goes. So that's what keeps ReZero from being in my top 10. Because it's like, give me one more season and I'll think about it. All right. What was your favorite that wasn't Studio Trigger or Gainax? Okay, that's me joking. Yeah, because, love those guys. What did you learn to cook this year? Any new favorites? New favorites. I should have made a list for myself on the side. I'm gonna make a list for my personal stuff, like things I learned to cook over the course of the year. I think this year I learned this black-eyed peas recipe, which is almost like a ceviche. That was pretty good. I learned how to turn those turkeys upside down last year. What else did I do? What else did I learn? I guess I've been busy at the post office all year, so I haven't learned too many new recipes. The only thing that comes to mind are those black-eyed peas. Which is this thing where okay, so the black, usually with beans you want to boil the beans. What I do with the black-eyed peas is I just soak them. And it's this recipe where you put salt and you put lime juice, vinegar and stuff, but it just kind of the acid and the salt just chemically cooks it like it's ceviche. And then I'll also make some brown rice and I mix it together, and so that warms it. But I'll serve it to people. I'll take it to gatherings, and people can't believe that I didn't boil the black-eyed peas or anything. We're like, well, they taste great. It's like they just chemically cooked. Any great albums that came out this year? Did you go to any concerts? Oh, shoot. Yeah. 3 great albums that came out this year. Which is, I guess, really not... Or at least 3 that I'm aware of. Including one that broke late. I only started listening to it, last week. And what are you guys? What are some great albums you heard this year? Or did you make it to any concerts? I would say... Oh, hold on. Let me get off the fucking... I don't like the singing. Let's get the instrumental. Here we go. There we go. So, my 3 albums that came out this year that I really liked were... One is Abase's Leroye, which was this, Brazilian big collaboration album. It's, almost an hour long. Tons of... they're singing in Portuguese, but there's samba, there's kind of hip hop, rap, and lo-fi, and all sorts of new things going on. Let's see here. One that broke late that might be my album of the year is it was by this group called the I'm pulling it up now. I'm trying to get the name right. Philippe Zoltowski Quartet. The Philippe Zoltowski Quartet. Also, I haven't heard the new Iron Maiden album, by the way, so I cannot judge that yet, though I want to. But the quartet, it's just this amazing jazz fusion experimental record. I really like jazz. I'm an American. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do the No True Scotsman thing, but it's an incredible piece of work. It's about 46 minutes long. I think there's 8 tracks on it, and you can hear a lot of older influence. Like everything. The reason I like it is like I feel like I hear the sounds of other musicians I like. Like I hear Charles Mingus. I'm hearing Chick Corea. Things like that. That one was really cool, but probably the album of the year was Promises, which was the album is called Promises, and it was this like multi-collaborative work by somebody called Floating Points, who I don't know him or her, I don't know, but Floating Points is like apparently an electronic artist. So they put out a it was them, Pharoah Sanders, like the legendary sax player, who I mostly associate with some of his, maybe heavy is a wrong word to use it, but he would hit like acidic jazz stylings, but he's been going for decades. Actually, funny thing about Pharoah Sanders. Oh, let me finish my point. Yeah, so Floating Points, it was a collaboration between Floating Points, Pharoah Sanders, and the London Symphony Orchestra. It's just an incredible piece of work. It's kind of got, like, obviously there's jazz elements in it. It's kind of minimalist, which I'm not a huge fan of. But, like, the minimalism works. The orchestra is great. Like, and it's, like, these multi-tracks. And I guess you can listen to them one at a time, but you're usually going to want to listen to the whole album at once. But, like, track 1 is setting it up. Track 2 is when Pharoah Sanders comes in. And the album keeps evolving. And then by the time you're in track 6 is, I've described track 6 to people. The only way I could describe track 6, it is like you were listening to creation. It is like you were listening to all of human history happening. I don't know how else to say it. It's an unbelievable piece of work. And then there's still 2 more tracks after that. Definitely album of the year for me. So yeah, those were my 3 albums that came out this year that really stood out for me. Did I go to any concerts? Still did not go to the Rage Against the Machine concert. They were kicking off their tour. Really, honestly, I'm going more for Run the Jewels at this point. But Rage Against the Machine, for those of you who know who they are, they're going to have their reunion tour, and they were going to start it here in El Paso, Texas, of all fucking places. We were able to get tickets, my friends and I, apparently for cheap, because like we were hearing about tickets along the tour going for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's lucky us, but they keep canceling it, and it's supposed to happen in March this year, which would now be officially 2 years since they were supposed to go on stage. And frankly, I still think they're not going to go on stage. I think that, I don't know, I think they're gonna puss out. Anyway, like, we got your money, bitch. We're out of here. But concerts I did go to. Obviously, it wasn't a good year for concerts, but I did get to go to 2. I went to a salsa one, but I also got to go to the Primus concert where they were doing the Rush tribute songs. I got to go to one of those, so that was fucking awesome, which is incredible. I was amazed with how great a time I had, especially because Primus, actually, I don't think I would put any Primus album individually in my top 500 because there's no single album that's strong enough for me. Because, they're so all over the place. But that was fucking awesome. Oh, yeah, so speaking of concerts, how has the world recovered from the Backstreet Boys reunion tour? That's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Because I think I saw a stat that more people died from Backstreet Boy reunion tour tickets this year than last year. On the other hand, we've got the vaccines out. All I'm gonna say about it is, I think moving forward, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a biologist, but just from what I've read about plagues in history and like viruses, is that they're supposed to trend to evolve to be less deadly because it wants to spread. So hopefully we'll be seeing the Backstreet Boys reunion tour continue to get weaker. And I think it's also going to become, at least in the United States, but probably in other parts of the world too, it's just going to become one of those things where there's going to be pockets of it. Like how in Pakistan there's still like a couple people with polio in the mountains, in these isolated mountains. I think that's what it's going to be. It's like, you got to be extra careful when you visit the Appalachians. Anyway, moving on. I hope you were able to leave the soul-sucking El Paso for at least a bit. Yes, I was. I was able to get out of town 2 times this year, even if it was only for a day. Anyway, I should probably return to gaming stuff so the chat is not bored. Yeah. It's been many years now. Did you finally win as the changelings in Equestria at war? No. God, I just can never do it. Oh good, we're being compared to isolated pockets of Pakistan. What was your favorite series this year? It's probably... I'd probably say it might be the Tabaritsky run I did in Hearts of Iron 14-0. I'm going to try next year to get up a video of just me talking about my like top 10 campaigns of the last year plus. But kind of the Girls und Panzer series, I guess you could say, where I was playing all of them in April, was fun. It was like I did the Patagonian front and in Russia and France and just Tukhachevsky and Zhukov all over the place. That was a series of series. I'd say if there's just like one individual one, that would be Tabaritsky, which kind of was like the final ultimate thing, because at the end of that one, when the warlords happened, I played the North Russian Revolutionary Front, which was led by Clara. Yeah, probably I'd say Tabaritsky. Did you ever play Heir to the Throne in the Battle for Westnoth? Okay, I know nobody watches those videos, but sometimes you should play things for yourself. And that's funny because I did start recording Heir to the Throne. I think I have quite a few of it recorded, but I didn't want to start uploading it until I was done. But yeah, guys, I think I have... It's probably close to 20 episodes of that series recorded. And it's on easy mode. It was just one of those things, like, I wanted to play through this campaign before I died. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. But I was pretty much playing it for myself. But I've been doing that a little bit on my own time here and there. Okay. On that note, how was the non-history games experiment this year? I think it went pretty well. There were definitely some games that were not successful. People really... don't give a fuck about Celeste, for example. I might do Jump King sometime. We'll see if that's a little better. But people, I think everybody liked we had a lot of fun in the Mario games. My audience is addicted to, it's like Coke to them. Yeah. We did, but the Mario games were good. The Nier was great. Breath of the Wild was great. Yeah, Mario kind of depended on which game I was playing, which one of them I was doing. But LA Noire people enjoyed, I felt. I would say it was a success. And I gotta say, I haven't seen any, I don't think all year I saw anybody complain like, oh, you're playing this non-history game too much, like you need to do other stuff, because I kind of felt that whenever I was doing non-history games, I was streaming more. I forget who originally said the quote, but there's a guy who he reviews scotches, but he has a video on YouTube, and he has a video where he talks about rums that he likes. Yes, Your Grace history. It's history influenced. We'll call it, yeah. But yeah, he has a video where he's talking about his favorite rums, and he was basically saying, like, sometimes even though he's a Scotch reviewer, he gets burned out on it. But if he still wants to have a drink, he'll switch to rum. And he quoted somebody, I don't remember who, but he said sometimes a change is as good as a rest. And I think people realized that when I was playing non-history games, like, you know, they were ways for me to unwind, but we could still hang out and have fun. But it was also giving me a break from having to rack my brain for like a strategy game. So I think it has definitely been a success. All right. Oh, I guess that was the end of the letter. Yeah, I probably meant to write more. So, sending my love, past conquering history games. Oh, thank you. Wow. You're great. You got me here. All right, so let's think of some New Year's resolutions that we want to do, huh? Let's just kind of brainstorm. We don't have to like lock these in right now. But yeah, let's brainstorm some for like the next 10 minutes or so. We're gonna brainstorm some New Year's resolutions. We're gonna say Happy New Year to King Edward Point. In fact, let me pour myself a little more of the scotch. Okay. All right. So New Year's resolution. Oh yes, monkey. Oops. Hold on a sec. Monkey game. Ancestors. Yes, let's work on. We want to try to get ancestors back on here. We're gonna want to do French Oh, I should say like specifically We the Revolution part or Act 2. Act 2. Let's get that going. Yeah, Bitty White. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Tenbray. Right. You know, speaking of Nier, let's do Nier Replicant. Let's try to do that. But like, let's try to think of other resolutions. Let's try about like a return to, a return to weekly scheduling. That's something I want to do. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do a return to regular guides. Not just Kaiserreich. Because, like, when I still put out the guides, people like them. I like doing them. The issue was just time. You know, so much is going to depend on, like, how I could get things going over the beginning of the next year. Right now, I'm kind of like, I think I talked about this in a recent stream, I'm sort of twiddling my thumbs until the 4th or the 5th, finding out what's going to be the deal with my school for the next year. Schooling. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's do play another Kremlin game. Example, nostalgia. Conquering Free History's challenge. Letter for My Party was a Golden Pearls friend among other Betty White related works. Yeah. By the way, y'all can tell me what some of your resolutions are. I probably won't talk about any of my personal ones. Yeah, but you know, I know it's like it's because I don't really do much of New Year's resolutions typically, because it's just like when I want to make a change, I just do it. The Mao's Legacy. Oh yeah, I definitely want to do Mao's Legacy UAR. And we're just spitballing. We're not locking in all these things, but I want to do that. Is there a Man in the High Castle Hearts of Iron 4 mod? Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Let's do some for Voyages in Time resolutions. My other channel, my education channel. This is, sorry guys, but this one is gonna have to become my number one priority in the new year. Oops. Dang it. So, fuck's sake. There we go. Alright. You want to learn a language and get into writing again? Ooh, that sounds nice. So what are my resolutions? Does this Glenlivet not have the ABV on it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's 40%. play historical games in this Voyages in Time channel. I hear they make channels popular. Yeah, but they bring around the worst sort of audience. Alright, so Voyages in Time resolutions. So actually regularly upload sounds like a good one. So hold on a sec. Through the darkest of times. So I want to get a podcast going. I've already been making lots of notes on it. I think I've talked about. I've been doing a lot of research, doing a lot of notes. I don't want to go live with it until I've got the first 3 episodes scripted. Maybe you could do reviews / talk some about the history books you talked about earlier on that channel. Hey, Tasaka. Well, that was the idea. I had gotten that idea from talking to a couple of people. Like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I want to do something miniature, like maybe some single episode stuff. I'm like, well, do a video of your bookshelf. And then people are gonna go, oh, that book's cool, this book's cool, and then you could talk about it. And then I just got so it was one of the most infuriating moments, literally of the year, where I show all my books, like probably I haven't done a count, but I'm sure I own hundreds of books, and somebody asked me to fucking review some Sigmund Freud bullshit, I forget. Yeah, Civilization and its Discontents, but like I wanted to put my fist through the fucking monitor. I was so fucking mad. Let's see here. Let's see. If my permanent residency application continues to stagnate, I'll take up my partner's offer and will relinquish my hand in marriage. Ooh. What an odd proposal. What an odd way to say I hope to be engaged. Marriages are wonderful. Weddings are wonderful. Guys, I'm gonna become a wedding planner in 2022. You know, they're coming back, right? You know, weddings, big weddings. No, I actually fucking hate when weddings are too big. I remember once. Actually, that's not true. I've been to 2 weddings that had over 500 people. One was absolutely disgusting, and actually one was really beautiful. So, you know, it just depends on the couple. About a video or 2 on obscure but interesting weird people and events in history. Oh yeah. I just remember, didn't I over the summer type up, I have the notes somewhere, didn't I type up like an iceberg dates of history? Get podcast, anyway, mystery topic to be revealed later. Oh shoot, what is that? What time is it? Is it, are we in the new year yet? Let's give it 6 more minutes. Give it, Alright. Survive steal, so expect a temporary divorce. That does complicate things. So for a small wedding at a Shinto shrine if I ever get married. That sounds nice. Yeah, like I've been to like I was talking about beautiful. I remember one of the best weddings I ever went to was this little courthouse thing. Great couple. There's probably only like a dozen of us there. Mystery, yeah, but anyway, this mystery topic is one I'm very comfortable in the subject. I've researched it. I've been re-researching it, getting a lot of notes done because I'm trying to like create a calendar of events that I want to go over the course of the entire podcast, and then I want to have the first 3 episodes written and ready to go. Yeah. So yeah, get podcast going. All right. Review short anime series. It's like 6 episodes, preferable up to 10 or 12. Yeah, and I think I already know what series I'm gonna do. It's gonna be for King Edward Point Porky. We're gonna do a shout out to the 12 researchers at that station. And then we're gonna probably call it a night, like right away, right after that. So yeah, so review of short anime, because like this whole thing, like reviewing history and versing anime, this is basically going to be my training arc for eventually doing the Legend of the Galactic Heroes episode by episode review. Because nobody's going to do it until I do it. I've seen channels, I've seen some come and go, countless, that try to do Legend of the Galactic Heroes full reviews, and people burn out. The furthest I ever saw was a woman, and I don't even remember her fucking name. I'm Mindy Heidel. Welcome to the French Revolution, week by week. Yeah, something like that. Is that some remote island I never heard of? Probably Porky. It's around the South Georgia area. But anyway, I remember there was this woman I found on YouTube who she was doing, and she wasn't even doing episode by episode. She was doing it like chunks of episodes at a time. But she was reviewing Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and I think she was just like somewhere in the second. She was the furthest I'd ever seen anyone get. She was somewhere in the second season and just burnt out. And I remember it wasn't the episode where she quit, it was a little before it, but she was talking about how like the anime she usually would watch and stuff was at a lower brain power level, because it's like, you know, when you're watching Naruto, you could watch like 5 episodes of Naruto an hour, because you skip the opening, you skip the ending, you can fast forward through filler bullshit and whatnot, so it's like you're doing 5 episodes an hour, quick. But she's like, she was going, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, those episodes are 22 minutes, and I can barely do 2 an hour. Cause she was talking about how it's like, she'd like think about stuff, or she'd pause, or she'd rewind. So she's like, I maybe can do 2 20 minutes in an hour. It's a dense series. And I want it to be my life's work, doing an episode by episode analysis of it. But I'm not good enough to do it yet. It's like Brandon Sanderson, the Cosmere guy. The Stormlight Archive series, which I read, there was an essay of his I once read. Actually, it might have been the intro to his 3rd book, but he basically talked about how Stormlight Archive was an idea he thought of like 10 years before he started working on ended up being the final draft of the 1st book. And he's like, I thought of it, I wanted it to be the most important thing I ever did, and I knew I wasn't good enough to do it. So he's like, I will one day make this series when I'm better. So that's how I feel about Legend of the Galactic Heroes. So yeah, we're gonna get a podcast going, review some short anime series, do some fun French revolution stuff. My 18-year-old sister doesn't know how to do taxes. Now that I think about it, neither did I or my sisters or cousins learned the hard way, and our parents social short. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Tenebrafication. Yeah, I know a lot of people, adults, people older than me, they don't know how to do their taxes really still. Or like they pay somebody to do it. I think it was a couple years ago, I was actually in this Zoom call, and tax came up, and this is gonna sound weird, but I kind of like doing taxes. It's like, it's a game and you get paid more money the better you're at it. So I guess it's like YouTube. I remember I would offer people, I'd say, I'll do your fucking taxes and I'll get more back than you're used to, but you gotta give me 10%. Doing my taxes this upcoming year should be a lot easier, because in 2020 I had like 6 different jobs, or more than that actually. So doing the taxes was a fucking bitch, and then there were some further complications that were unforeseen, but this year should be extremely straightforward. Make doing taxes fun again. So what a silly thing to say. All right, 6 more minutes to the new year. All right, come on, quickly, guys. More resolutions. Voyages in time. Okay, so I want to do the voyages in time. I want to do that. Not necessarily daily. This date in history, but try to do at least one a week. So those were like the little 2 to 3 minute video, like no more than 5 minute videos I do. I did a couple of those last year on Voyages in Time, where it's just like, this day in history, this is what Vespasian did, right? You're right, Tenebrafication. Yeah. Well, I just think the number one thing you need to tell people is to remember that if they're under a certain income level, that they can do their taxes for free. They're eligible for free file. And I heard I'm wondering what's going to happen to TurboTax this upcoming year, because I was seeing a thing that like TurboTax will no longer offer a free file option on their site. And I know that's a very popular tax site. I've used it in the past. Yeah, they're like no more free file, and like let's see if people are gonna be willing to pay, or if people are just gonna not understand that like you could just go file for free elsewhere. There's plenty of sites to do that. So let's see here. Sidebar, I usually hate going downtown to El Paso when I need to do it for business stuff, errands or whatever. It's full of stupid people. But strangely enough, the IRS office is the only place downtown where I've always had great experiences. Like I could come in, I have a problem, boom, in and out, like 5 minutes or whatever. Oh, prehistory Egypt, yeah! Egypt game. Pharaoh or Old Kingdom. So yeah, I think that's plenty of resolutions. So let's do let's set up let's get ready for the new year. All right. All right, all right. Setting things up. All right. Oh, come on. I can find something bigger than that. I find a stock image. No, no, no. Stock images look like shit! They're all bad. They all suck. Whatever. Let's see here. Let's try friends toasting. Fuck it. Just fuck it. We're using this. Alright, I just, so we're counting down. Wait, why did I pull this up, actually? No, we need to get the time and date up. Oh, God. Oh, God. So this one's going out to our friends in King's, oh, God. Let's see. In King's Point. Oh, God. I'm not gonna make it. I need to hit this like 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god. It's like a matter of literally seconds. Here we go. King Edward's Point. You guys were great this year. It's gonna be great next year. We're gonna make the year our bitch! I know that we're kind of awkwardly stumbling in, not just right now, but kind of in general, into the new year, but it's gonna be a great one. We're gonna get through it together. We're gonna kick a lot of ass, and we're not gonna believe how high we climbed. 3, 2, 1. Cheers, everybody! Happy... Wait, no, 3... Wait, what? Yeah, Happy New Year! Fireworks, damn it! Yeah! We got there in the end, didn't we? King Edward's Point going out to all 12 of you in South Georgia! We all did it. Yeah, I got 11 viewers, so that means all 11 of you are there in King Edward Point, and one of you is being a sourpuss. I hate throb blow. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Hugs, and some special kisses as well. Oh, well. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's especially going out to Throblo. Anyway, but it's for everybody. Alright. Yeah, she said, peronismo. But anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. I got some New Year's plans, but we were able to celebrate Australia, and we were able to celebrate King Edward's Point, and that's what really matters, is King Edward's Point. Here's to the fighting researchers out there. I hope you all have a very safe and keep it safe. Remember, it's amateur hour out there. Have a very safe but fun New Year's. I've got tomorrow off. I'm going to do some sort of stream tomorrow of some kind. But I hope we look back on this moment next year and realize how much it sucked, because we're just so high. And come down now, they'll say, when they see us waving from such great heights. It's a song reference. I hope everybody gets it. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Cheers. Alright. Good luck, Nebraska. I'm going to be out representing the Mountain Standard Time. Even though sometimes, I think I forgot to say this in the first stream, there were a few years ago, they didn't even drop the ball on Mountain Standard Time, at least not on the channel that we were watching, because they didn't give a fuck about Mountain Standard Time. Well, fuck New York then. And fuck Boston, just for no reason. No, lots of reasons. But anyway, good night, everybody.